Good afternoon from Vietnam. Good afternoon to you also, Mr. Maher. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon, early afternoon, right? Joining our program to share your journey, your wisdom, and the work you do to our audience. And on behalf of the listeners around the world, we want to say thank you to you.
Good afternoon, Ha. Thank you very much to you as well. And I hope we're having a good morning, good evening, good afternoon for all your listeners all over the world. Happy to be here and looking forward for our exciting conversation. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
And now you have a new friend, new family in Vietnam, right? You haven't got to this country yet, so it's an opportunity for you to come when you have time and when business opportunities arise. Please, if you come to here, let us
Yes.
know. We'd love to meet you in person and take you around.
Looking forward for it. Vietnam is on my list for country to visit. I always long to visit around. I have you now there as a friend. I have some previous ex-colleagues as well who used to be working with me in the previous company. So yeah, it's nice. I mean, this is where you feel the world is like a small home. Wherever you go in any country, you will find someone and somebody that you met or you know or you're looking forward to meet. Beautiful.
I think, yeah, the more I talk to amazing people around the
Mm.
world, the more I see the world is so small to amazing people. It's big to other people, but to amazing people, it's always small because things are connected. People are connected, and they're here. They're connecting for a reason to make the world a better place. So you're doing that very beautiful. That's why we say, okay, Mr. Mayor, please join and share your stories. Okay, and it's very honor in our culture if we can have you to have sharing a little bit about who you are and the work you do to our audience. Would you please do that for us?
For sure, my pleasure. My pleasure. My name is Maher Sabbagh. I come from Jordan. I'm currently living and based in Dubai, UAE, for the past 17 years. Happily married with the two children, daughter and a boy. My expertise goes into human resources. I've been in multinational companies for like 25 years. I did my assignments in 10 plus different countries, varies from the Middle East, Africa, East Europe, West Europe, Asia Pacific. My last 10 years during my corporate career was focused on merger and acquisition, cultural integration, full HR integration, buying new businesses, setting it up, and lead the HR transformation. Uh, for the past 5 years, I left the corporate international companies, and I am doing an HR services for family business, small and medium enterprises. And currently, I'm building a new business. Next era partner, it's a boutique consultancy firm where I focus on the fractional HR services for also small and medium enterprises, also engaging with family companies, family businesses, where they need to lead certain specific HR transformation projects, like installing performance management, competency model, some other verticals under the HR. I had experience coming from FMCG, retail, fintech, technology, real estate, and that's my in a nutshell. Yeah,
Mr. Sabat, right?
yeah.
Uh, you have a phenomenal journey. You work in the HR, but spanning different industries, right? And managing in different continents, not just countries, right? And then you introduced to us in less than 3 minutes. That's not fair for our audience. So this conversation is to help our audience to know more about your dreams and what makes you to do this kind of job and what makes you to accelerate this kind of work, right? And how they can learn from your experience so that they can fast track their career and live happy also. So we're going to travel time together. How does that idea sound to you?
Sounds interesting and exciting.
So I lead
Good.
the way. I lead the way for you. If you come to my country, probably we're gonna go to my hometown. So my hometown's in the middle of the country, called Da Nang City.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful city. I was born when the city is small and poor, and in the family is also poor. And One night we had electricity, then the next night or so we did not have electricity, so it's dark. Put it that way at night, right? So my first dream about the work that I'm going to do is I want to fly to the moon. I wanted to become an astronaut. Life didn't give me any opportunity to do that, except that I've been interviewing a lot of astronauts. One of them actually went to the moon on Apollo mission 16. So for you, when you were young, what was your first dream about the future work, the future things that Maher gonna offer to this world, though?
Yeah. Um, in, well, that needs to take me back in time, actually, and it's very interesting because when I was a kid, like typical kids who would dream to become a firefighter, a policeman, and so on, this area. But being growing up in Jordan, I was always dreaming to become a military person. I was always dreaming to be in the army. And I was always thinking, oh, I would love to be like in the commando and this. When I was 10 years old, I joined in a summer camp, like a military school. So we were trained like military personnel, which has also shaped the personality and forced the discipline in life. Um, so this is the biggest dream is to be in an army person and serve my country in an army. That was the thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When when we look at the people in the armies, right? We look at people who have the honor to serve in the country, also
Yeah.
take risks of their life when it comes to, like emergency or something like that. And for some people, it seems scary. Some people will like, okay, I'm not going to do that kind of job. I'm going to run away from that kind of works, right? So for that 10 years old Maher, what inspired you to take, to dream one day to become a like commander, officer, and leading the army?
In my view, most of things in life is lead by example. When we
Mm.
grow up in our country, the head of the army, we grew up that the king and the royal family, they are all graduated from the army school. So this is where you feel it, you see it while you grow up. So it becomes something inside your unconscious that, oh, you aspire to be like this person or that person. And this is where my father realized this when I was a kid. And he says, okay, let's enroll you to this summer camp. It's only like for a couple of months, 3 months, but you will feel this experience, and it fulfilled part of my wishes and my dream. And this is why it's inspired by others and having a role model in life, which drive this thing. Yeah,
Wow. For that three
yeah,
months summer camp, right?
yeah.
What lesson had it brought to you and still applying to your life and your leadership like principles?
Yeah, discipline,
Discipline.
respect, okay, and resilience.
Mm.
Because yes, you have to have this strength, inner strength, to overcome challenges, to overcome difficult things. And when you have the discipline and keep on, practicing this, it will grow up. It's like a muscle that it grows up. We were 10 years old. We were jumping the fire rings. 10 years old. We were trained how to, with all due respect, how to clean toilets in the morning before we start the day. So, this is discipline that drives into achievement and respect and humbleness as well. Yeah.
Wow. And then summer camp's over. Get back into school time. Get back into reality. And from being having a dream of becoming a military officer into becoming a like an officer, a captain in the corporate world, it's a totally different, right? So tell us, at what turning point in your life you decided to go into the business world instead?
Mm. Well, when I graduated from university, I was always dreaming that, okay, I wanted to, fine. I mean, you are in university, you meet with friends, with other people. You wanted to do your own thing. Okay, I studied in a civilian university as a business administration. I wanted to have my own business. Like in Jordan, most of us own businesses, small businesses. So I wanted to be an entrepreneur and a business person. But when I graduated, destiny changed. I joined a manufacturing company, and I was joined as an administration, like a trainees. And I went into this program, working in the factory with the laborers, with the blue collars, to learn the industry for 6 months, go through the whole cycle. Then they asked me to join administration to work on administration. And this is where I saw the turning point, that it's not an administration, it become personnel. And from there, the career shifted from being, wanted to do your own. Then suddenly I found there is a passion. There is something I like to work in personnel. It wasn't called HR. That was back in 1990, 96 or 97. So there was no HR concept. It was like a personnel concept. So I went there and I started to learn how to do manage people files. Then I started to learn how to create job description, and I liked it because I saw that I can make something different to the business and to the people. And I worked for 6 months in the production line. So I know what our people see, feel, go through, suffer. So I'm now in the management, I can do something. This is where the turning point happened. And from that time, I continued my career in personnel, which evolved into HR.
Wow.
Yeah.
You say that you found your passions. And I think a lot of people want to find their passion in life also, but then for something happened that they like carry on, and they keep on the path of looking for that. So bring me to 1996, 1997. Then when you said that you found your passions, in personnel. Okay, that was like how many years? 30 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
That's time travel right there. See.
True.
How did you think that you found your passion?
I truly enjoyed doing it because it was like starting things from scratch. So I had to learn and educate myself. And I was learning from a senior person who was at the retirement stage. So I was in between. Somebody is an old school, and I finished school and I wanted to implement what I learned in school. So any fresh grad who wants to implement his theories and get it into reality. So this is where I tried to started working on psychology. We had industrial relation courses in university. I was bringing those books and tried to read about it. Organization design. I mean, I went into the organization. There was no job description. There was no hierarchy. There was no roles and responsibilities. Imagine. And then I started to use this learning from university and putting it in place. The management were open for it, and they started to accept. So this is where I felt the link that I am making a difference. And from there, it was the lightning struck that, yes, I'm enjoying it. I want to continue in this field.
And where did you find the curiosity to have that passion stays with you up until today?
It starts when my management, my colleagues were really how would I say, empowering, supporting. And when I see that I was able to do something good for people and changing the work conditions, when you make a change to people's life, you will feel that you are feeding yourself. That was like, I was still young. I mean, I was still haven't had this experience, but I felt that this is something I am doing it. I'm enjoying it. People are believing in it. And what helped, to tell you the truth, the company I joined, it was an international business, setting up newly in Jordan, manufacturing. So this is where they had this open-minded management, forward-thinking. They wanted to. It's part of a global company. So this is where they were encouraging me. Yeah, let's do this, let's do that. Even to a point. And it wasn't called HR, it was personnel, and the payroll was managed under accounting. And this is where I came to the management. I told them, we need to move payroll from accounting into me, personnel. And we did it. And then I started also to buy a new HRIS system. It wasn't called HRIS at that time. I had to find supplier who will automate the HR processes, where we have all the people files, no more Excel or hard part. It should be on the system, payroll calculation on the system. So where it's really nice experience, and this is where it's kept on pushing me that yeah, there is something I like and I'm enjoying doing it.
All righty.
Yeah.
Uh, Let me connect in the dots in here a little bit.
Mm.
Because you mentioned your father a little bit early in this
Yeah.
conversation. Your father saw uh, the importance of discipline,
Mm.
of living by example,
Mm.
of having impacts of the life. And the thing, I see the same theme in what you do also, try to push the boundary, try to make it better for the people and stuff. So, was he one of the person, was he the key figure influencing you on your path of growing?
Yes, of course, for sure. I mean, the story when I sit with him and he shares his stories, how he started. He left his home country at the age of 18, going to unknown future. He studied day and night until he got his education certification. He joined businesses. Then all over the years, I was seeing him how he was growing, and he was always like a role model for us and for me in particular. And when I joined this company, when I finished university, he told me, "I want you to put in your mind that in 10 years you will run this business." So he planted the seed of future achievement, or there is a target you need to reach to. So this is where it comes. And always listening, seeing him, he's the person who's always traveling, meeting with people, having those business deals, whatever. So this is where you get really inspired, and you see that there is always, like, the old generation, they have this different drive, resilience, very high resilience. They
Mhm.
don't have mobile phones, they don't have internet, they don't have, they used to have to rely on their personal skills and communication to do things. And this is where the inspiration is coming from.
Wow. What
Yeah.
did he do for a living back then that he gave you a very beautiful advice and wisdom along the way like that?
He started as a school teacher, then he evolved into an insurance guy. So he was an insurance person. He created insurance companies, businesses. Then he was an advisory consultant for top families in the KSA, in the Saudi market. So he was doing lots of business deals and advisory, and working with families on business development. So, but his key thing is insurance business. In fact, I was just talking to a friend. He says my father is now 83 years old, and
Mhm.
he's still not retired. He's still
Wow.
active. He's still traveling. He's still making businesses. The other day when I talked to him, he says, "Call me in a few minutes, few hours." I called him back. Says, "What's wrong?" He says, "Ah, yeah, I'm building a new company, new insurance company in the Iraqi market." So that's the thing. You have, as long as you have your energy, keep on moving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The next time you have a conversation with him, please tell him that he has a huge respect from a new friend
Well,
from Vietnam. Okay.
I will. I will.
Wow.
Yeah.
We will get back into this at the end of this conversation about topic of wisdom, because we're gonna share that later on. But
Yeah.
continue with your journey in here, please. So that international global
Mm.
operations that you work for your father, say 10 years from now, make sure that you run the business, become as the owner of the business, put it that way, right? It turns out that not only you run that particular country, but that your responsibility started to span, cross boundary, cross territory also, so far beyond, what he imagined that you could become. What did you do differently?
Well, after we had this conversation, I was in this business, and then 4 years later, I wanted to do something bigger, something more. I always wanted to go more international. So there was an opportunity where I left this company and I joined another business, and it was a
Mm.
starting from scratch, FMCG company international. I joined them. We built the business back home in Jordan, and 4 years later, also, I started to go international. So after starting the business in Jordan from scratch, the second company, they asked me to lead another market plus Jordan. So I was in HR in Jordan, and then I was commuting to a different country, Baltics market. And Baltics market, nobody knew about it. I mean, Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia.
Ah.
They said, you will stay in Jordan, but travel every other week, manage both countries. And that was a turning point in my life where I started to become a corporate citizen, an international person. And then from that way, I started to understand different cultures, different leadership styles, different people, different geographies. I finished Jordan, I finished Baltics, I moved to Iran. After Iran, I moved to Sudan. After Sudan, I moved to Bangladesh. After Bangladesh, I did Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, different countries. So this
Wow.
was the turning point that he told me that to be the GM of the business, but this was beyond being a GM of the business. It opened the horizon that you need to go abroad, you need to go international. So
Mm.
this is where the inspiration tweaked to become an international business person or international corporate citizen, let's say. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And for all the years traveling, working different
yeah.
culture, work different people,
Mm,
different like geographics like that.
yeah.
What do you like most about that experience?
Meeting people from wherever I go. I am a naturally, I'm a people connector. I'm a social butterfly, like all of us. We are human. We are socially created persons, individual. I like to meet different people. I like to have contacts, connections, and I like to learn a lot from different cultures and different people, because it's about your perspective and perception. So this is where you shape your knowledge, you shape your perception towards our surrounding. This is where you learn different perspectives, so you understand how people thinks, and you enrich your knowledge, because we need to keep on learning and upgrading our knowledge. So enjoying the most is meeting with people and eating different food from different cultures, different countries.
A lot of people are operating in the fixed mindset. Is that even if they work in a large organization, meeting with people in the different continents,
Mm,
right? But then they did not open themselves up for the real experience, for the
yeah,
real perspective. So, in your opinion, how can we help them to really cut that fixed mindset and starting to embrace the
yeah.
differences?
I strongly say that we need to push ourselves out of comfort zone,
Mm.
because you need it's a kind of what, like when you go to the gym to exercise, you exercise a muscle. It doesn't change shape instantly. It takes time to change. So you
Mm.
need to keep on practicing, you need to maintain the discipline, and you need to push yourself. Just always push yourself out of your comfort zone to make something different. This is what I tell people. You need to move out of the comfort zone if you want to grow, if you want to nurture yourself, if you want to learn something new. If you want to remain closed, you will end up, in the back seat. No,
Mm.
push yourself, and this is where you start, growing as well. So I always
Mm.
encourage people. "Oh, there is no harm of trying something different. It's not failure. Failure if you sit and do nothing. There are hiccups, there are delays, but you keep on rising up and try another time. Try 3, 4, 5, 10 times until sometimes it will happen. But if you sit do nothing, then it's called failure."
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
We found along the way of interviewing experts around the world, we saw one thing is very common in a lot of successful individual people do the amazing thing is they're very open to newness. Like you say, like try and try and try
yeah.
different options, and with one fail, then something else, try something else, right? So we build a platform called helloNEWNESS. So we help people with that newness framework, then that they can build that muscle. So we want to
Mm.
hear from you if it's about newness, and then people, because people are afraid of change, right? They want to stay in the
Yes.
comfort zone. So newness is something that scary,
Hmm.
right? Even if they know that's beauty, but it's scary. So what can we do to push that scary part, part away, and then let the curiosity to lead the way?
Yeah, most of what how I practice it is to give assurance to people that there is always a person who is willing to help you and support you. You
Hmm.
take the decision and push yourself, push the boundaries. And if you do something, if it was a wrong decision, your superior, your supervisor, your coach, your mentor will here to help you, okay, to overcome this. So if you go to leaders, if you go back to working environment, that my manager used to tell me, make a decision, learn. make a mistake and learn from it. Because if I don't give you the job security and the support, because I know you doing it for the sake of a better outcome, but if you did wrong, it's no harm and it's not intentional. That doesn't discount the fact that I made lots of wrong decisions, but in return, we were making very good achievement to the business where culture respects this and supports you. So I always tell people, push as much as you can and don't be afraid, because fear blocks your mind. Fear makes you freeze when you cannot think. No, count your blessing. Why do you need to fear tomorrow and you don't know it? People would fear tomorrow, but they will never wake up tomorrow. You know what I mean? So why you fear something that is unknown? Look into your environment, control what you can control, and the rest, the universe will operate automatically.
Wow.
Yeah.
The universe will operate automatically. Right?
Absolutely. Yes.
You mentioned one thing in here is about time.
Yeah.
Like you, if I note it down here, so you see me up and down. Is I write notes in here. Okay, I'm a little bit old-fashioned. So you said that it's like when you go to the gym and exercise, build muscle, so it needs times, right? And time seems to be a lot of people want to have the result instantly. And organization now also one thing seems to be instantly, not like having the luxury of having time to experiment. So it makes people even scarier to try something new, right? So where can we help them to see the benefit and to be patient and trust the process, though, Maher?
Yes. Well, to tell you the truth, everything after, post-COVID, things have changed rapidly and time is flying and everything is developing and evolving quickly. So this is where you would see that we have no time to slow down. We have to rush, okay? But this is where it comes, your wisdom, your experience will be able to assess things and to understand how to prioritize. So you manage your time properly. There are things you need to take rush decision, and you know that this something is urgently and important. But then there are things you would say this is urgent, not important. So you need to prioritize and to understand when to move quickly, when to take one step backward, when to pause. Okay, but all comes with understanding that the precious of time, the second that passes never comes back again. Okay, but also you need to understand that how you can utilize this into your favor and take the right decision based on your previous practices, experience, and so on. I'm a firm believer that you need to appreciate time, respect the time, always use your judgment when to go at the speed of light and when you need to slow down. And when you can take a pause, when sometimes you need to take one step backward and look at holistic overview, okay? Nothing will collapse, the world will not collapse, okay? Things will keep on going, but make the right thing at the right time. So prioritization is the key point.
Prioritization. Yeah. So for you, on the regular basis, what is that a few things that are important to you in relative to time that Mr. Maher is really respect and focus on that? What is that? What are they?
The important thing is to maintain mental fitness. You need to give mental fitness, physical fitness. To me, it's very important to have this time slot in your day when you start the day by trying to focus your energy. Try to, you need to exercise. You have to do this, get rid of this toxic adrenaline and to exercise. So you maintain this fitness so you can keep on able to be delivering. You need to give your talk to yourself, talk to your brain, recalibrate your energy for the day. And it all takes like 10-15 minutes. Okay, and then you need to start your day. I firmly believe that prioritization, discipline, like waking up in the morning, exercising, do the mental fitness, whether it's worshiping, whether it's meditation. It depends on your background, what you think is best for you. Then make sure to feed yourself, to feed your system healthy meals, healthy breakfast, whatever you put in the system positive, it will go out positive. So this is how I like to start the day with, and then work on through whole the day. And there has to be a time where you stop. For example, if you're in an office or something, 5:30, 6 o'clock, you stop. You have to stop because your body earns it, your family earns it. So you have to stop and move to the next phase of the day so you can really refuel and recharge yourself for the next day, and so on.
All of that requires also discipline. And very early in your life, you've been taught about discipline, and you've been applying that. And I think discipline is one of the things really, really challenging to keep, to have, and to keep every day, right? What did you do differently so that you can have that discipline muscle inside of you for long and be your best weapon?
Nothing comes easily. I mean, it's when I was young and at the early stages of my career, it wasn't that kind of a discipline. But this comes by experience. This comes by learning. The discipline is something you learn over time, over experience, and it's a proven thing. It's there are things you learn it the hard way. That whether I rushed or I slow down, we're gonna reach at the same time, okay? But the turning point was when we were in a business, acquiring a business, and we were expanding. One of my mentors told me, we are going into a marathon, not a sprint. In a marathon, you need to be disciplined to reach to the end and to complete the marathon. Okay, so you need to preserve your energy, your focus, because it's a long journey. It's not a sprint. You're like going through a 100-meter race and you need to push to finish it. No, that's a 10 kilo or 40 kilo race. So it's a marathon. So this is where I learned that take it easy, discipline, practicing, continue doing it the right way. It will reach there. And the result is the achievement, the journey is very important.
So my understanding is we have to see something longer view. In the world that require instant, like fast result right away. Something you can hold on. So how can we help people to have that confidence that good thing will come out of that long run marathon instead of keep running all the sprints?
I learned a lot from Stephen Covey, okay, and I loved his, the 7 habits of highly effective people. And what struck me is always start with the end in mind. Visualize where you want to go. When you visualize, and this is why we do the vision board, this is why we do manifestation, visualize see the end result and sharpen the soul, which means keep on upskilling. And sometimes you need to reskill as well. Otherwise, you will build rust. Keep on upskilling, sharpen your saw. I mean, you want to cut something, you need to sharpen the saw to cut quickly and smoothly. So you keep on, and this is where it comes, practice and discipline. These are the things that I try always to tell people, and I always tell them, go through this journey, learn the 7 habits. Now it's the 8 habits, and it is gonna prove that it's a working theory.
Yeah, it's love to hear the 7 habits and the 8 habits in action like this, because that's really, really important to have, like you say, have the end in mind, right?
Yes.
So now what's the ahead, so that we have, at least we know where we're heading every day, right?
Yes. I mean, even when we do the manifestation, when we sit and connect with the world around us, with the superpowers, we visualize where we want to be, okay? And suddenly all your energy calibrates and you go through this thing. Your body becomes positive. When you wake up in the morning, for example, what I do, frankly, for example, small things. You brush your teeth with your right hand. Every other day or 3 days a week, brush your teeth with the left hand, with the other hand. This is where you feel the brain is working differently. You start to see things differently. Perspective. Try it. So because it becomes, to you, it's a routine thing. You wake up and you move on. But when you wake up and you want to do different, you focus on your movement, on your hand. So you feel there is things are moving differently. So always try to push yourself to do something differently. Connect with the superpower that you have, manifestation, energy, do things differently. Always put your body in a state of accepting the change.
Wow.
Yeah.
As a founder
I
of
love it.
helloNEWNESS,
I love it. Yes.
I love you
Yeah.
because you say so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I share with you one thing in here because you mentioned about your boss, your mentor, who been with you, and say, okay, go ahead and do it. And
Yes.
if you fail, learn from there, right? So it
Yeah.
gives you the confidence. 4 years and a half ago, when we started this project, 3 months ago, we got a lot of naysayers around us. Naysayers within the family, naysayers within the community, naysayers, who say it's impossible. We're coming from Vietnam, nobody gonna care about, a new person from Vietnam will never do this for a living anyway, and interviewing them. So, and if we listen to those naysayers, perhaps this journey is not gonna happen. It's nothing's gonna happen. So how do you filter the people in your lives to make sure that you have the right set of people in your circle that can grow together with you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we need to agree on a principle that people comes in and go through our life. Okay. So the inner circle would be limited to 3, 4 people. And it's not a matter of how many years you were together, it's the quality of knowing each other. Always surround yourself with I don't want to say like-minded people. Surround yourself with successful people. Surround yourself with people who are better than you, so that you keep driving yourself to reach higher and higher. You mentioned that if people tell you, no, this will not be successful, whatever, fine, it's not successful. I will try it and see it's not working, rather than not trying it and says, what if I tried it will work or not work? You know what I mean? So
Yes.
this is it. To me, it's you need to move on. You need to be practical. If I sit with X person and I see this guy is a negative person, I don't need to think about it again. I just move on and try to. It's not being no offending people, but surround yourself with people who are positive. Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. Okay, so they will drive your achievement. Otherwise, you will really enclose on yourself.
That also prioritization and discipline
Yes,
in action.
absolutely, absolutely. Prioritization. Yeah, I like to give people, but also there is me time. There is something for me first. It's not being greedy, but you have to prioritize yourself, because also you have responsibilities to others. Yes.
Thank you. And for a long time, it seems to be like me time was hard for a lot of people because they feel like selfish. They're afraid that people will judge them for that being selfishness, right? And how can we be confident and comfortable of that me time, knowing that there are other people relies on that me time from us?
Yeah. It's very, very challenging, because you don't care about what people, how they're judging you. Because they judge you from the way they see you, from the way they have their thinking about themselves. For me, it's me. I appreciate myself. I'm a spiritual, intelligent creature being in this shape or in this body. I have super skills. You need to talk to yourself. You need to understand your worth as well. I don't care about if people judge me that I am X or Y or Z. This will not impact who am I, So don't listen to people. Don't care about people's opinion or judgment. Care about what you achieve and what you deliver. That's not an easy thing, but you should be confident and trust yourself and appreciate yourself.
Trust and appreciate.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. That's wisdom right there. And earlier in this conversation, we say that we're going to get back to the topic of wisdom, because your father gave a lot of beautiful piece of wisdom on the way, when you're growing up, and perhaps at 83 years old, he still, spread his wisdom around through his works and where he lives, right? And in your line of work, you also meet a lot of wise people, and I think that wisdom is where is this something that if we know where it is, that at the end in mind every day we head in that direction, perhaps it could make you and I and the people listening to our conversation have something, like get into somewhere it's good for them, right? So, Mr. Mahan, in your own words, how do you define what wisdom is?
I would simply say listen, listen, listen before you speak. Listen till the end. Try to be the last person to speak after you listen to everyone in the room, and be humble and make sure you don't know it all. Learn from the others, but you need to carefully listen to people, not hearing only, listening and absorb. That's very important, because some people will be very rushed. They need to interfere and they need to interrupt and jump and share that they know it all. You just listen. And the more you listen, the more you understand the person in front of you. The more you speak, the more I can read you and I can know what you're thinking of. And the more I listen, the more I will understand who's this person and how can I act. Another piece of advice, do not react, act. You get the situation, don't react for it. Step, analyze, understand, and then act accordingly.
Wow.
Yes.
So a lot of what you said about wisdom is just common sense, right? And it's been written on like history books or philosophy books for thousands of years, and a lot of us do not, master at that. What happened to us?
Yeah, that's because the world is going fast. The world is going in a very fast pace, and we are used to be on the one side of the formula and the receiving side of the formula, and the effect of social media, technology, lots of things playing a part on this, and people get wanted to imitate. This is where we lose the connection with the inner self.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
My wife and I, we've been on the quest to help people to improve their ability to think, Mr. Mahan, because we believe that if we think right, then we'll be able to make better, decision in our life, and hopefully that the outcome will take us to a different, somewhere that that's good for us, right?
Perfect.
And every opportunity to speak to expert like you is an opportunity for us to get something to help people to improve their ability to think. So the question that we want to ask you is, Mr. Maher, how have you been growing your ability to think over the years?
I was in the past, like years and years and years, going into pushing myself, going to hardship location, difficult countries. The best also tool, not only this life experiences, the best tool is to keep on reading. I have to dedicate minimum 2 hours a day of reading, learning something new. And I'm always telling my friends that, guys, even before I sleep, I spend at least an hour of reading something new, different from my own field of experience. I learn about financial market, I learn about crypto, I learn about real estate. I keep on reading things that encourages me to look into different prospects, different aspects. This will encourage you how to really develop your way of thinking and different methodology to understand things. And I enjoy talking to older people than me, the elderly people. I would learn a lot and learn how to think differently as well.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
That explains why you've been in very different industry in your line of works, and easily for you to connect with people from different cultures, different countries, different generations also, right?
Nice.
Yeah. I think all of the works that amazing people like you, like your father is doing is to help the next generations to build something that's sustainable for themselves, for their growth and for happiness. So that's why a month ago, my wife and I, we founded another platform called Sustainability Mind. So we want to help people to see something a little bit more sustainable in a sense, from, because whatever they do now will create, the result along the way in the future, right? So if they think in the future, then they will shape the way that they do now in every decision of life also.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
and because that is in the early stage of development, so it's an opportunity for us to learn from experts like you. If you think about a sustainability mind, how do you feel about a sustainability mind? How do you think about what can we do to build that?
Oh, tough one. I believe in the butterfly effect, which is that whatever you create now, it will have an impact on later on. So uh, on the sustainability, to me, if from my field where I come from, in the field of human resources, it's about your it's all about your thinking skills, ability to be able to contribute. So this is where, for sustainability, you need to take care of the system, to take care of yourself, to take care of your mind, to take care of your body, okay, and to think long term. Also to think about that every decision you take, how many people it will impact. It will impact businesses, bottom line of the business, and it will impact the life of people. Okay, so to me, when you say sustainability, do the right thing, plant is a seed of goodwill. It will come up with a tree of great wills. This is how I look into things in terms of sustainability.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow. And then shifting from that short-term thinking to long-term thinking require discipline also. So what
Yes.
kind of discipline do we need to force in that process so that we can, forget about, not forget, but be more mindful about the future
Mm.
thinking?
Manage your demotivation times, manage your frustration times. You have the right to have self-compassion. If things didn't go the way you want, or in the right way, but you have to have this self-compassion to diffuse this frustration, but you have to come back again quickly. So give yourself time to grieve, to be upset, to be sad, but not to drown into this. No, it's like up and down. I always tell people, you want to career progress, you might go backward, because when you do a slingshot, you have to pull it back to gain momentum, and then you release it. And this is what happens. You need sometimes to go back, look differently, and then take off again.
So yes,
Yeah.
it requires our effort to really go
Yes.
back, take a bigger look, holistic look,
Yes.
and then
Huge effort.
yeah.
True. Yeah.
Last time of traveling time. Okay, so let me bring you to the summer of when you were 10 years old, when your father said, okay, you are going
Mm.
to a military camp. Okay, then you are now me. We travel to that time to meet your father and your younger self. Okay, and you're gonna tell your father back then and your younger self back then about the journey that ahead of you, the wisdom that you're having, and that all the experience that you are going to have in the future. So what stories are you going to tell that young Maher and his father?
I will tell him this thing that we did created who I am today. And this is the thing, it's that really shaped the way I'm thinking, shaped my perspective, and shaped how I would really reflect this on my family and kids. This is where I
I,
build responsibility.
Mr. Maher, I,
Yeah.
I, I got you lost off the video.
Yeah, I lost the camera. Can we pause for a second? I don't know.
Yes, I
Yes.
can see you. Yeah, you can see you okay now.
Yeah, now it's back, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It
I
is.
think I think yeah, the battery is going down. That's why.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
so say it again for the message that you're gonna tell your younger self and your father back then.
This is if I would go back in time, I would say this is today. This bold move, made the person who is here today. This is the thing that I would really appreciate, because this has created who I am, and this is where I will do the same with my kids, and I've done the same with my kids. My my son has been in martial arts and doing Muay Thai, and he's a second black belt martial arts. He started when he was at the age of, I think, 13 or 8 years ago, when he was 8. Today he's 21. And this is the result of what the father did to me 20, 30 years when I was 10 years old, and put me into this mindset, because it passed from generation to another. And this is what helped me to be able to build a family with this strong mind.
Wow, wow. So it
Yeah.
means that the role model is huge important to affect. You know,
Yes.
if we can be role model for the people around us and live
Yes.
and give the beautiful advice, the good advice that it will last forever. So
Yes.
listen, I thank you so much for a beautiful conversation with a lot of insights and wisdom in here. And we love you. We would love to see you in Vietnam. And when you have a chance to say hello to your father, to call your father, please tell him that we also love him for 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 the beautiful works, that beautiful mind, beautiful wisdom that he been bringing to this world. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ha, for this amazing conversation, and looking forward to see you again.
Thank you very much. Me too. Me too. Have a beautiful afternoon and say
You
hello
too.
to your family, please.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.